Hey, what's going on, y'all? What's going on, everybody? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Hey, what's up, y'all? Can y'all hear me? How it sound, y'all? Welcome, welcome. What's going on, y'all? All right, perfect, 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 y'all. Yeah, y'all didn't know y'all had Mr. Sam today. Y'all get a two for one special. I was with y'all yesterday. We locked in. I'm a little early on the stream. I just wanted to make sure everything worked. Wanted to make sure everything worked. We're gonna let people tap in, y'all. We're gonna let people tap in. Just share real quick, y'all. Midweek, um, it's Winning Wednesday. Anybody got any wins they want to share in the chat? Drop in the chat as we gear up for a dope event or a dope program tonight. Super excited. I appreciate Coach for allowing me to bless y'all today. Um, and I'm ready to talk about something nice today, man. Finally start selling some art and got your stuff in your school magazine. That's a big one. Let's go. Let's clap it up, y'all. Show some love in the chat. Show some love in the chat. That's what's up. That's what's up. Let's go. Let's go. Anybody else? Anybody else got any wins? Any wins for the week? Anything going on? Anything exciting? Make sure y'all just sharing the chat, dropping the chat. As we got about 5 minutes so we get started. But again, I wanted to get on here um, and just get excited for the day because I'm really excited. I'm really excited. So yeah, sharing the chat, sharing the chat. Any wins? Any wins? Oh, do I have any wins? I don't know. Are you asking me, Coach? Are you asking me if I have any wins over this past week, or you just throwing it in the chat for people to share? Okay. I actually do have a win. I do have a win. I always have wins. Waking up every day is a win for me. But a win for me is I actually been asked to be a commencement speaker for a high school graduation out here in Largo, Maryland. So I'm excited about that. First time doing a commencement speech. Like I've traveled as a speaker for a few years now, but I've never done like a graduation commencement speech. So I'm just wrapping my head around. what do I want to leave them? So I'm super excited about that. A little nervous, but super, super excited. Of course, new journeys are always nerve wracking, right? Even as a speaker. Um, even as a speaker, y'all. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm definitely going to get some footage, so I'll make sure if anyone, ever wants to see it, I'll drop it in the chat and we'll go from there. But definitely super excited. And before we get started, I'm actually going to change locations because I don't want y'all to hear. I'm outside because it's nice out, but I don't want y'all to hear the planes and stuff like that. So let me know if it's too loud in my background before we get started, because again, I don't want to have too much background noise while I'm dropping these gems and giving y'all some fire. So just let me know if it was too loud in my background over the past like minute or so, so I could change locations before we get started. The birds chirping. All right, yeah, I'm gonna change locations, y'all. I'm a nature boy. You know what I mean? I love nature. I love to be outside, but we gonna get right. You said I'm cool. Okay, okay. I just wanted to make sure because again, it gets loud out here, y'all. But I just like to be outside and be connected. So yeah, y'all. Anybody else? Anybody else? Reality, you got any wins? Jumi, you got any wins? Um, y'all graduates. Y'all about to graduate. Walk across that stage. I'm excited for y'all. So, any wins this week for y'all? And I am going to change locations too because I'm going to change locations because I want to grab my charger and everything to make sure I don't lose y'all during the stream. All right, y'all. We are getting ready to get started. It is 6 o'clock, and we got about an hour to really go in. So had to go to my office. So yeah, y'all, what's going on? Make sure y'all tell your folks like we getting started. It is Winning Wednesday. It is Winning Wednesday. We are live, as y'all can see. I'm not Coach Johnson. I'm about 5, 6 inches shorter than Coach Johnson, but I'm here to provide y'all some game. Here to provide y'all some game. Oh, how did 10KSB event go? Listen, it was amazing just to be able to see all the amazing small businesses, including our own Miss Joni doing her thing and just being recognized. It was just dope just to see everyone coming together. Everyone coming together and just celebrating. So I always love to just show love and show up for my folks. So Miss Joni, if you're watching this again, shout out to you. If you watch this, during a replay, it's just amazing just to see how you move and maneuver. Like I text you, you inspire me. Just watching how you move and maneuver in spaces and just being who you truly are. So um, it was just amazing, y'all. You just had to be there. And Governor Wes Moore gave an amazing speech as well too. So it's been super dope. It's been super dope. So everyone that's tapping in, everybody that's tapping in, tell me how y'all are feeling before we jump into our topic. How's y'all week? How's Winning Wednesday? How's things going for y'all? Any wins? Again, we sharing wins, sharing the chat. Any wins for y'all? Um, and then we're going to jump in. I got a heavy hitting topic today, y'all. Um, Heavy hitting topic today, and today's topic is all about focusing on getting to that next level, right? And I was kind of inspired today to talk about this topic, just seeing the businesses and where they're at, and it just inspires me every day to get to that next level, right? Um, so again, it's like today we're talking about getting to that next level. Of course, I have visuals for you, but visuals when you share your screen, it just don't be acting right. So let me know if y'all feeling the visuals, or if y'all think I could just go ahead, because I don't want to have no interruption. But as coach can tell you, anytime we try to start sharing screens, outside forces try to get us right. So let me know if we good with without the visuals. Let me know if we good without the visuals in the chat. Okay, Don, found out that you made your junior ROTC's top three for next school year. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. He says, Coach, you personally hate the visuals. Our, is we gonna rock out today. We're gonna rock out today. So let me know. Drop a ready in the chat if y'all ready to get to today's topic. Drop a ready in the chat if y'all ready to get to today's topic. Drop a ready in the chat if y'all ready to get to today's topic, today's lesson. Drop a ready in the chat. All right, cool. Let's go. Listen, you already know I got the game. You know I got the game. Um, so again, y'all, today is about focusing on getting to the next level, right? This is all about no matter what you're trying to do in life, you should always look to get to that next level. You should always look to make your best even better. You should always look for what is the next step. Never get complacent in life, because the moment you get complacent in life is the moment that you stop growing. And everybody on this call is looking and ready to grow. So we're going to dive in. We're going to jump in. And the first talking point that I have for y'all today is skill versus will. Skill versus will. So I want y'all to let me know what y'all think, what it means to have skill. Throw it in the chat. When you hear the word skill, what comes to mind? When you hear the word skill, what comes to mind? And we're going to separate the two, because there's a difference between skill and will, right? So what y'all think skill is? Talk to me. Hey, what's going on, y'all? We are right now talking about getting to that next level. What does it mean? Skill versus will. When you hear the word skill, what comes to mind? When you hear that word, what comes to mind? And then we're going to actually define it based off of, what, of course, what the internet says, right? And then we're going to break it down and talk about the difference, right? So Antonio says something that you are good at. Something that you are good at. Something you're good at a point where you can use it to better your life. Okay. Talk to me. Nice. Talia said skill, when you master something and know how to do it. When you master something and know how to do it. Shane Miss said being able to succeed in an activity, right? Okay, all right. So we talked about skill, right? What is the difference when you hear will, right? Skill versus will. What comes to mind when you think about it? All right, coach, you said skill. I think it's skill's ability to do something that was either taught or practiced. All right, when you hear the word will, what comes to mind? What comes to mind, y'all? When you hear the word will, what comes to mind? And then we're going. Then I'm about to get into some gems, y'all. I just want us to first be able to start to think about the word skill versus will. So when you hear will, what comes to mind? You hear skill, what comes to mind? When you have the confidence to succeed in something, right? Miss said when you have the confidence to succeed, right? When you have the confidence, that's big. Will, able to do it because you are motivated. Able to do it because you are motivated. Okay, okay. I love that. I love that. So let's dive into it, right? So skill, right? The ability to do something. When you are skilled at something, that means when it comes to that task, you can do it. When it comes to that job, you can do it. When it comes to that thing, you can do it. And you can do it at a level of competency, right? Being skillful at something is being able to do it at a level of competency, right? But but practicing something to where you perfect it will. Okay, so hear me out, y'all. The one thing I want y'all to understand is that skill will get you in a room, will keep you in a room. And the room is a metaphor for that next level. Skill will get you to that next level. Your willpower or your will keep you there. And a lot of times you are relying on skill all your life. You're relying on the ability to do something when it's convenient, when it feels good, right? Because skill is easy. It's easy to do something when everything is lined up for you to do it well, when the situation is lined up for you to do it well. But the issue is once you start feeling a little hardship, once you start feeling a little bit of pain, that's where will comes in. Your willpower is that mental engine, is that mental voice in your head that's telling you to keep going, that's telling you to keep going. Because again, skill is just based off of physical ability, will is based off of your mental ability. And have you ever seen someone that had amazing talent but it was wasted? Drop a yes in the chat if you ever seen someone that has amazing talent but was wasted. And I'm gonna actually give you a story. I'm not gonna throw names out here because again I respect people. Growing up, I remember I was in high school and there was this athlete, right? He was the number two defensive back. And for y'all don't know football, it's the guy that covers the wide receiver that be running down the field. He was the number two defensive back in the nation. He had offers from all over and he was skilled in that. But his issue was once he got to the college and once he got to that next level, he struggled because everybody is skilled. And that's what I want to let y'all know. When you get to that next level, whether it's college, whether it's next level in business, no matter what it is, everybody is skilled, y'all. Everybody has the ability to do it well, right? Everybody has the ability to do it well. When you get that new job, right? And you're surrounded by everyone that has the skill set similar to you, what is going to separate you? And that's the first point of getting to the next level. You have to find ways to separate you. And the best way to do that is to have more willpower. Like y'all know what I say. Y'all gotta have that dog in you, right? Y'all gotta have that dog in you. Like you have to have that dog in you. And that dog in you is that willpower. That dog in you is when things get tough, am I going to quit? If I'm faced up against someone that also has the same level of skill as me, am I going to quit? And that is the difference when it comes to getting to the next level because you might be a big fish in a small pond right now, but eventually you will be a small fish in a big pond. And you can either stay a small fish or you can become a big fish. You can either stay a small fish or you become a big fish. I'm telling y'all, like that's the difference because if you want to grow, you're going to have to be challenged. And that is the skill versus will. That is the skill versus will, y'all. Y'all say, okay, Mr. Ham. Yo, I'm out. Y'all funny. So that's what I first wanted to talk about. It's separating the average from the above average. And a lot of times we think that we're excelling when really we're just average because we do everything right, right? I remember I was on this call and they were talking about, when you do everything right, why do you still feel like you haven't achieved enough? It's because you're just doing what is required. Skill is required for you to take up a space, whether it's college or it's athletes or whatever it is. It's required for you to be in that room. You have to be skilled at something. But for you to stay in that room, for you to stand out, that's where the willpower comes in. That's where the willpower comes in, right? Skill versus will. And also at the end of this, y'all, like Q&A, I'm always trying to, coach and empower y'all. So we're going to do some Q&A at the end. If y'all got any questions on what I'm saying, or if y'all want to add anything, definitely drop it in the chat and I'm going to show love. But before we go to the next point, I'm going to look to see if anyone, dropped anything. Okay. I'm preaching. Yo, yesterday y'all told me, have I ever thought about becoming a preacher? I'm cracking up. So again, will is like getting through the grit to shine. Oh my goodness. Listen, y'all, this is the biggest analogy I've ever created in my life, right? You have to understand that sometimes you got to go through the storm to get to the rainbow, meaning the storms of life. Sometimes you have to go through the struggle. You have to go through the grit. You have to go through the mud, right? You got to get it out the mud in order to understand and see the beautiful aspects of life, which is the rainbow. And again, a lot of people don't reach that because they think that they can live off of their skill. And I promise you, there's a lot of skillful people out here. There's a lot of people that is in your lanes, that is doing what you ultimately want to do as a dream, as a goal, that, listen, they have the same skill set, but the willpower, right? The willpower. Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to give up instant gratification? Are you willing to give up, temporary satisfaction just because, oh, I'm good at this, so I don't need to practice, or I'm good at this, I don't need to do anything extra because I should be recognized? No, 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 no. I'm telling y'all, you will be lost in the sauce. You will be average. And getting to the next level, you cannot be average. Getting to the next level, it's easy to obtain something. It's hard to maintain something. It's easy to obtain something. It is hard to maintain something, y'all. So let me get to my second point. When it comes to getting to that next level, because before I know it, 7:00, so I'm going to be here. When it comes to getting to that next level, the second point that I have, become an effective executor. I want y'all to drop in the chat, what does it mean to be an effective executor? What does it mean to be an effective executor? Drop in the chat. I want to know your thoughts, because again, this isn't just me talking at y'all. This is us talking together. This is a conversation. So what does it mean to be an effective executor? When you think about that word, when you hear that word, and remember the entire word, effective executor, what does it mean? What do you think about? All right. So Talia said to do what you said you're going to do and follow through with it. Fighting against procrastination. Listen, I'm right with you, Don, because last night, y'all, I'm not going to lie. After Tech Tuesday, by the time I got home, I had to work out. I had to watch an episode of How to Get Rich. I had to make sure that y'all hours was right, so y'all get them paychecks. And then I had to also write in my book. I got done at 2 a.m. I got done and I was in the bed at 2:05, and I woke up at 7:00. Fighting against procrastination. Good/great at completing a task at hand. Don, you said that business strategy wasn't going to get. Yeah, I saw that you submitted it before 11:59. though. You made sure. So let's speak on that, right? A lot of y'all doing what you said you were going to do and getting it done, that's executing. That's just executing. To get to that next level, you have to transform from an executor to an effective executor. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, right? So when it comes to executing or execution, right? Being an effective executor is doing it not just well, but doing it correctly at the time that you need to do it. So, for example, right, Don, I looked at your business strategy. You could have just submitted a business strategy and that would have been executing. But you not only submitted a business strategy, you were very detailed in what you were being strategic about. That's effective executing. It's not just about doing the thing, y'all. It's about doing it well. It's about doing it at a high level. Because a lot of times we do things just to say that we did it. We just to check off that box. Just to, how many of y'all, be real? You know, I've been there too. How many of y'all just turned in an assignment? Y'all ain't care how it looked. Y'all just turned it in. How many of y'all just turned in an assignment this school year? Y'all ain't care how it looked. Y'all just turned it in just so that you can get something back. Just so that you can get a grade back. You said, I don't even care if I get a 50. A 50 is better than 0. I've been there, y'all. Listen, don't follow my footsteps. I'm not going to lie. I graduated with a 2.1 GPA from college for other reasons, but it's because I would just focus on being an executor. I said, listen, what's the minimum to graduate college? I'm being real because I like to be transparent with y'all. What's the minimum to graduate college? A 2.0. You know what I got? A 2.1. And if you adopt that habit in life, you will never get to the next level. You will never get to the next level. And it starts today. It starts today, y'all. You have to start to take an audit. I'm always telling y'all, audit your life. Look at your life. Do some reflection, right? What have you been doing at an average level? What have you been executing in just to say that you did it, right? What have you been executing in just to say that you did it, right? You have to understand when it comes to growing, when it comes to developing, when it comes to getting to this next level, that you being an executor versus an effective executor is the difference between you continuing to get to that next level, right? And the habits that we build now are the habits that are going to live with us until we decide that we're ready to break them. In my business, it wasn't until really this year I really started to take on the mindset of effective executing. I was doing the things, y'all. I was sending out the emails, I was making the calls, but I wasn't putting enough effort into it. I was giving 50%. And in order to get to that next level, you need to give more than 50%. You need to give more than 50%. You need to stop giving the bare minimum in life and expecting maximum return. We give bare minimum and expecting a maximum return on our investment. It's like, yo, but I did it, right? We live in a society where because I did something, I should get recognized. I should get a pat on my back, right? Sometimes I did that because I felt like it was too much at once. Listen, you know why it might have been too much at once? Because you allowed it to pile up. You allowed it to pile up. You allowed it to stack up, and then you try to attack it all at once. The key word, y'all, like I tell y'all all the time, digestible. Make things digestible. It's this weird quote or this weird like saying. It says, you know how to take out an elephant one piece at a time or one bite at a time, right? You have to start taking things in bites. You have to start to take your life in pieces and bites. They literally give us too much work at once. So hear me out. If you get an assignment, if you get 5 assignments, and these 5 assignments are due in the next 2 days, you have to start to segment when you're going to do each assignment. What's happening is, again, how are we utilizing our time? We can't effectively execute if we don't effectively utilize our time. So, for example, I'll be real with you. You might get those 5 assignments and they say, hey, these 5 assignments are due. Today's Wednesday, they're due by Friday. All 5 are due by Friday. Okay. You have 48 hours. Yes, you go to school, and yes, you sleep. At least 16 hours out of each day is gone, right? You have to stop thinking that you have time, because I bet you might be saying it's too much, but you're also watching 3 hours of TV. You're also hanging out with your friends, or you're on social media. Listen, be real. Who gets stuck scrolling through TikTok? Who gets stuck on who starts scrolling through TikTok and you look up like, dang, it's been an hour. Right? We have to start to audit of our time. What are we using our time on, y'all? I understand, we have to have these pleasures in life, right? I'm not saying don't watch TV at all. I'm asking you that if you feel overwhelmed, it is up to you to figure out how to make yourself not feel as overwhelmed, right? Jumi said, first thing I'm doing is gathering all my snacks together, then doing what's the most easiest. Listen, what is highest priority? You might have an essay, a math assignment, a science assignment, a reading assignment, and a writing assignment. You might be not failing math and science, but they may be your lowest grades. That's what deserves your attention the most. That's what you need to effectively execute the most in. You got to prioritize. So it's something called high priority, regular priority, low priority. And a lot of times we put what's low priority, we do that first. So for example, when I came home last night, y'all, like I told you, I got home about 9:30. So I had to eat, I had to shower, I had to work out, I had to submit your hours, and I had to write. I prioritized things. You know what the first thing I did? I ate. I'm not gonna lie, because I didn't eat all day, so I ate. I needed to have brain food. I needed to have energy. The second thing I did was I worked out, because I'm like, listen, if I don't work out now, I'm not gonna work out at 11, 12 o'clock at night. So let me do it now. The third thing I did was, all right, let me put in your hours, because again, I want to be as awake so I can make sure your hours are right. And then the last thing I did was write my book. Even though that's a priority for me, based on what I had to do, there was other things higher in that totem pole. And yes, things can be overwhelmed, but that's the difference between executing and effectively executing. Why did I eat at Tech Tuesday? Listen, it's hard for me to eat and facilitate. I can't do both. Like I never been a person that, like, I always eat after. So I'll pack my food up and I'll eat when I get home. Like, y'all probably never or rarely ever see me eat at Tech Tuesday. But listen, like, it requires effective executing, requires you to understand that certain things are more important than others, right? And this is something Denzel Washington said. I'm not gonna sit here and say Mr. Sam said, I got a lot of bars, y'all, but this isn't one of them. He said, don't confuse movement with progress. Don't confuse movement with progress. Like, do not confuse movement with progress, right? And this is the reason why. We live in this society where we do it for the gram. Y'all remember that? Remember that meme or that video of that little girl, and they were like, do it for the gram. I ain't going to do it. Do it for the gram. I ain't going. Too many people is doing it for the gram. Metaphorically, you might be doing it for the gram. You might be letting people know that you doing all these things and you really not doing nothing. Think about it. The gram, right? You think about Instagram. You be seeing people that be flexing, that be up. They in front of cars, they eating good, they got the freshest clothes on, they fly, right? But their bank accounts ain't fly. Their bank accounts is not flying at all. It's on the ground, under the dirt, right? Y'all have to understand that too many people, that's the difference between executing and effective executing. You executing enough to look good, but are you really doing good? Or are you down bad? You know, are you down bad? Listen, I ain't calling nobody out. I ain't calling nobody out. We all flex for the gram one time in our life, you know. I ain't calling nobody out. But like you have to understand that, like, do not confuse movement with progress. Movement is like being on a hamster wheel. Movement is like being on a treadmill. Progress is running around the track. Progress is running around the track. Movement is being on a hamster wheel. You running, you going, you moving, you going, but you're not going nowhere. You're not going nowhere. Right? It's like getting in your car and not putting in the GPS where you want to go. You're just driving, wasting gas. Too many of y'all wasting gas. Too many of y'all are wasting y'all gas. Y'all wasting y'all gas. Y'all wasting y'all gifts. Y'all wasting y'all ability because y'all are so worried about how to be perceived, how to have movement. Yeah, look at me. I'm him. I'm Himothy. I'm doing it. And really you not. It's too many folks like that I know that was doing it. They was big time. And they not no more. Because they're so focused on how to just be in front and center, how to be under the spotlight. The real work happens when you in the gym, when you in the lab. That's progress. Movement is when the camera's on you. Movement is when people see you. But what are you doing when you go home, y'all? Are you getting to that next level in life? What are you doing when you go home? What are you doing when you go home? What are you doing when you're tired? What are you doing when you know you're supposed to be doing something, but you decide to watch TV for 4 hours and binge watch Netflix and go outside? And I'm only telling y'all this because if y'all learn this now, I promise y'all by the time that y'all are my age, y'all ain't got to worry about nothing. I promise you. Everybody on this call, I'm 28 years old, about to be 29. By the time y'all are my age, I promise you, if you focus on progress, you will make it. If you focus on progress and less on movement, you will make it. I promise you, y'all. Showing the diamonds, but not is that pixies? You might have to rewrite that. I'm a little illiterate, y'all. You know, I don't know too much big words. I know a few though, like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Yeah, y'all ain't know I knew that word. I don't know how to spell it, but I know it. You know, another word I know that I don't know how to spell is I don't even know. But listen, y'all, do not confuse movement with progress. I want y'all to stop. Oh, pickaxe. Okay. I want y'all to stop doing it to look good and do it ugly. Do it ugly. Grind. Go after it. If you really wanted to get to that next level, it's going to require a lot of decisions that most people won't make your age. Most people your age, they're worried about looking good. They're worried about having fun. They're worried about, you know, all the wrong things. They're worried about having money and not making money. They're worried about, you know, thinking like they him and they really not. That's all they just worried about perception and not reality. Worry about y'all reality, bro. Worry about y'all reality. We got like 30 minutes left. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Tap in with me right now. What's y'all thoughts? Let me get y'all feedback. What's going on? What's going on your mind? How y'all feeling? How are y'all receiving this? Talk to me. How are y'all gaining something from this? And before we get to my last couple points, how y'all feeling? Y'all good? This reaching y'all? It's not going over your heads, is it? Okay, you feeling great, like Tony the Tiger. You know what I mean? Yeah, y'all ain't know I knew that. I like cereal sometimes. Don said, They say I'm Timothy. Heard the whole time they're Ursula. How y'all feeling? Feeling educated, taking some precious information. Listen, amazing, amazing, y'all. Y'all good for me to keep going? Y'all good for me to keep going? You know I got that sauce for y'all every now and again. Talia said, I feel motivated and better because some events happened recently, so I need this. Listen, I'm about to veer off a little bit. I could rant a little bit, y'all. I could rant a little bit. I could get personal with y'all. Let me know in the chat. Can I rant a little bit? Can I get personal before I jump back to the next level? Before I jump back to the last point. All right, bet. So, as y'all know, right? As y'all know, I'm an individual that the one area that I've always struggled with was feeling like I was doing enough, right? So a lot of my life, I did the wrong thing for a long time in my life. You know, getting kicked out of like my school district and being expelled from school, these different things. I remember like going through this phase where like I felt like life was unfair. Drop in the chat right now if y'all feel like y'all are doing everything you're supposed to do and life is unfair. Drop a yes in the chat if y'all feel like y'all doing everything right and life is still unfair. So for me, right, I felt like life was unfair because I'm like, yo, I turned my life around. I got back into my school district. I went in front of the board. I graduated with honors. I went to college. Not only did I go to college, y'all, like I became president of the second largest organization. I became the second black man to win homecoming king at my university. I did right by people. I was nice. I was helpful. And life kept knocking me on my butt. Life kept knocking me down. And I always question, like, why? Like, why do I feel stuck? Why do I feel stagnant? Why is this happening to me? When I see main man down the street finessing people and he out here getting to the bag or he out here living his best life and I'm over here ramen noodles, struggling, hurting, no money in my pocket, mentally messed up. Why? But the difference is when I look back now, like I said, y'all, life isn't always going to treat you fair because you did what you were supposed to do. You did what you were supposed to do, and now you're expecting the world to reward you. When in reality, you create your own rewards. You create your own opportunities. Opportunities aren't supposed to be given to you just because you did what you were supposed to do. If you want to make more money, you got to create the opportunity to make more money. If you are sad, you got to find a way to create your own happiness. Stop looking for external things to give you that. And for a long time, I was mad at the world. I was upset. I felt like it was unfair. You know what it did? It had me focus on the wrong things. And right now, y'all might be focusing on the wrong things. Y'all might be focusing on the wrong things. Y'all might be focusing on why I don't have this and why I don't have that and why did this happen to me and why didn't this happen to me and why didn't this happen for me. And you have to understand that you got to go get it yourself. Go make it happen. Go create what you don't have. And this isn't even about getting to the next level. This is just a rant. Create what you don't have. I had to start creating the world that I didn't have. I didn't have, you know, the greatest childhood where family stuck together and where we felt combined and we felt together, right? I had to start to create that. I had to start to create the opportunities. I had to start to seek the people that I wanted in my life, right? And it'd be hard, y'all. It'd be hard to really focus on that. But I'm having you and letting you understand life doesn't reward anybody. Life doesn't reward anybody. We reward ourselves by living life a certain way. Honestly, the external stuff is like invisible armor. It runs out after a while, and all you have is yourself again. That is a bar. That is facts. That is facts. Because at the end of the day, when you go in your house and you close that door, it's just you and you. So it's like you have to understand that like I want you to start to take more control of your life and stop allowing life to take control of you. And again, I'm not diminishing anybody's experiences. I'm not. That's something that I'm not doing and I would never do. I'm never going to diminish your experience. I'm never going to diminish your hardships. I'm never going to diminish what you go through. But I want you to grow through what you go through. I want you to understand that it is up to me. I had to make a decision. I'm like, wow, it's really up to me to decide how my life is going to be dictated. And not allowing external things to determine my happiness, to determine my mental health, to determine I took control of that. I did what I had to do to get right mentally. I did what I had to do to get right financially. I did what I had to do to find joy and happiness in life after going through the things that I went through, after losing the people that I lost in my life. I had to make a decision. I started to blame the world. Oh, I've been a great person, and it almost changed me into a bad person. It almost changed me into a person that just was just angry all the time. And I had to take that control back. Like I told y'all yesterday, our greatest superpower is the power of choice. It's a power to an ability to make choices. You have a choice on this call right now. You chose to be here. You chose to listen to what I had to say. And when you get off this call, you're going to choose to do whatever you want to do with this information. So you can make the right choice or you can make the wrong choice and complain about making the wrong choice, even though you had the opportunity to make the right choice. You have an opportunity right now. Heavy on awarding ourselves. Listen, show love to yourself, right? Show love to yourself. All right, let me jump back into my points. My bad, y'all. I had to, veer off a little bit. So, focusing on getting to the next level. Let's recap just because it's been a lot. First point was skill versus will. Skill will get you there, will keep you there. The second point, becoming an effective executor, not someone that gives 50%, not someone that gives the bare minimum or whatever it is to accomplish that task, to check that box off, but someone that is making progress and not making movement. Do not confuse movement with progress and stop doing it for the gram. And the last point, y'all, then we're going to jump into the Q&As. And the Q&A, just to let y'all know, it can be any question that's on your mind, and we can elaborate and break it down, right? So the last point is how to get to the next level, right? We talked about, becoming an effective executor. We talked about, skill versus will. The last point that I want to make is just giving y'all a few gems, giving y'all some game. So if y'all ready for this gem, I need y'all to drop the gem emoji in the chat. If y'all ready for some gems, drop the gem emoji in the chat. Let me know that we locked in and ready to receive this gem. Because I'm gonna give you what I did to help me get to the next level, not just in business, but just in my personal life. And I use this quote too. and a book that I'm writing as well too. So if y'all ready, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, bet. Let's jump in. So I said this yesterday. The pain of change has to be greater than the pain of staying the same. The pain that you feel when it comes to not making a change in your life has to be greater than the pain you feel of staying the same. Because a lot of times we're not ready to get to that next level because we're not hurting enough. You're not hurting enough right now, y'all. You're not feeling that fire. Your face ain't to the fire enough. You got to take another step closer because you're okay with your life right now. And I'm not, again, no judgment, because I think we always can improve our lives. So even if you're doing everything you need to do, you can be involved in everything. You can be volunteering. You can be executing at the highest level. You always can grow. So the one thing I want y'all to understand is, yeah, are you willing to stay comfortable? Are you willing to be a little uncomfortable so that you can be comfortable? I remember I said this to somebody and they was like, what? What are you talking about? Are you willing to be uncomfortable long enough to really be comfortable? We think that we're comfortable, but we're safe. Our minds have tricked us. And see, I rolled my sleeves up, so it's about to get real. So listen, y'all. Our minds have tricked us that safety is comfort. That feeling safe is comfort. That ease is comfort. It's a trick. We have tricked ourselves to believe that an easy life is a comfortable life. And it's not. An easy life is not a comfortable life because you have yet to really experience comfort. An easy life is, I remember I was like, yo, listen, I just want an easy job. I just want to clock in. I just want to clock out. I remember, like, I love youth, y'all. I've been working with young people for the past 10 years. Yeah, I don't look it right. I'm a little rough right now. I need a haircut. I'm a little rough. But for the past 10 years, I've been working with youth since I was 18. And I remember a couple years ago, I was like, I just want an easy job. Like working direct service and youth, it can be tiring. It can be tiring, right? So you have to understand that when I said I wanted it easy, I thought it was comfortable. And then I got that easy job and it wasn't comfortable. And then I found y'all. But you have to understand that you have to be uncomfortable to truly feel what comfort feels like. So I want y'all to understand, like, when it comes to getting to that next level, you have to go through a level of discomfort first for a certain period of time. Last week, y'all, I probably got a total of maybe 3 days of full sleep, like of so 20, 24, 48, 72 hours of sleep probably last week over a course of 7 days. I had to go through that level of being uncomfortable because it taught me what it really feel like to be comfortable. And as a result, I executed in my goals and my personal endeavors, right? I wouldn't have gotten that if I chose the easy. The easy was to go to sleep. You work 8-9 hours, go to sleep. Last night, I was at work, probably started work around like 10, got home around 9:30. It was almost a full 12 hours. The easy road would have been to go to sleep, take a shower, eat, go to sleep. The difficult road is to run on 5 hours of sleep. Do Tech Tuesday, run on 5 hours of sleep, wake up, travel today, come back home, do Winning Wednesday. That's difficult. But I'm starting to feel comfortable because I'm looking at myself as a high level executor, as a person that can get to the next level. You aren't getting to the next level because you haven't proven that you really want it. The pain of change has to be greater than the pain of staying the same. So Jumi, has said, I really want to put myself in uncomfortable situations, but it feel like I'm holding myself back subconsciously. So that's something big that we've all have faced, and that I still challenge myself with. Again, I'm not perfect, y'all. Everything I talk about is honestly I'm projecting. Like this whole topic of getting to the next level, I've been pushing myself to get to this next level in my life. So I want you to understand that like it's not it's going to be a battle. Some days you're going to win, some days you're going to lose. You just have to win more than you lose. That's the real Jumi. Some days you gonna push past that subconscious thoughts of playing it safe and being comfortable. Some days you're not gonna push past it. You just have to push past it more often than you don't. And that just requires you every day to make a decision to try. I always tell people, just wake up and try. Wake up and try your best. And a lot of people are like, oh, like you shouldn't use the word try. But listen, the only thing that beats a try is another try. It's so cliche, but it's real. Y'all don't know how many times I didn't try to write a book. And listen, what, three years in the making. I finally got past chapter 1, y'all. It took me 3 years to get past writing one chapter in a book. And I did it. Same thing if you're working out, right? You might only be able to do one push-up today, but if you do a push-up today, one push-up tomorrow, one push-up the next day, eventually you're going to do 5, and eventually you're going to do 10. Same thing with our dreams and our goals. Business owners, you might be struggling today. You might not have posted no content today, but tomorrow can be a day. And if you keep doing it, if you make it digestible, make things digestible. So Jumi, for you, put yourself in an uncomfortable situation that's not super uncomfortable and just test the water. See what you can do. See your capabilities, because the moment that you see your capabilities is the moment that you start to excel, because now you have proven that you can do this, right? Now you have proven that you can do this. So again, the pain of change has to be greater than the pain of staying the same. Yes, doing all I do while fighting sleep apnea is truly amazing. Yeah, pat y'all. Listen, I made a video last night, y'all, at 2 in the morning in the bathroom talking crazy to myself, hyping myself up like I was my biggest cheerleader, my biggest fan. Y'all gotta be y'all biggest fans. Y'all gotta give yourselves that love when y'all do something. Stop diminishing your ability to execute based on, again, oh, I only did a little bit, or only well, I didn't do everything I wanted to do. What? So what? You did something. You did something. There's a lot of people in this world that aren't doing nothing right now. There's a lot of people in this. I know a man that is in his 50s that has not done more than y'all have done. He is 50 plus. Stop diminishing the value of what you bring to the table, of what you have done. Listen, if you like are trying to start working out and you only worked out for 10 minutes and you was like, I'm done, give yourself your flowers for them 10 minutes, because you could have not done any. Don, give yourself the flowers, because you could have allowed sleep apnea to win, and you was in that like Tyson. You was in there like Tyson, first round swinging. Start swinging back, y'all. Start swinging back. And when you get in your corners in between rounds, let yourself know that you're doing good. Let yourself know that you're doing good, because that's how you get to the next level. It's not always the physical, it's the mental. And that's the last point I want to bring home. That's the last point I want to bring home. Listen, Tyson hit hard. Hard. Like not even hard, but hard. Hard. Listen, with the O. Last point I want to bring home, y'all. That getting to the next level is more mental than it is physical. If I had to put a percentage around it, I would say It is about 75% mental and 25% physical getting to the next level. It's not about what you're capable of. It's not about the different things that you can do and not do. It's not about the invest. It's about the mental investment that you have made. What are you talking? How do you talk to yourself every day? What do you say to yourself when you fail? What do you say to yourself when you fail? Huh? Like, are you talking to yourself positively? Or are you saying, see, I knew you couldn't do it. See, this was a waste of time. I should have never started. How are you talking to yourself? Oh, I can't get, oh, it just ain't a line for me. My favorite is like, my favorite is like, you know, it must not have been meant for me. It must haven't been in the cards that God gave me. God's looking at you like, what are you talking about? I gave that to you. God is looking at you like, boy, girl, what's going on? What's really going on? Who are you lying to? And I'm here to let y'all know that like you have to start to talk to yourself in a positive manner every day. And you even when you don't execute, don't talk to yourself negative. Even when I don't do the things I'm supposed to do, I'm talking to myself like saying, what's going on? Why didn't we do this? Listen, I ain't mad at you. Why didn't we do this? Because you got enough people already talking crazy to you. You got enough people already talking and judging you. You should never judge yourself. This is my own personal philosophy and opinion on life. Do not judge yourself based on what you didn't do, because that's other people's jobs. Do not judge yourself based on what people do, because that's other people's job. That is other people's jobs to judge you. You know what you gotta do? You gotta fight them allegations, them judgment allegations. You gotta say, listen, just because it looked like this, that's not me. And you gotta talk to yourself. Listen, we ain't doing what we supposed to do today. It's okay. Let's get right. Let's get right. You know. So remember, you gotta talk to yourself positively. All right, we got about 6 minutes left. General questions. I'm gonna look through the chat. But this is Q&A time right now, y'all. So whatever y'all got for me, throw it at me. Let me try do some rapid fire Q&A. Talia, I've been where I feel like I was a problem or wasn't good enough. At times it takes for me to realize I'm doing the best of my ability, and it's not me, it's them. Listen, at the end of the day, Talia, listen, other people, it's their job to judge you. It's their job to judge you. Like, it's their job to judge you. All right, boom. All right, boom. Let's see. All right, Don, general question. How are you? Be honest. Listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I feel amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm tired. Y'all. I'm super, super tired. I've gotten like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. I drove to Baltimore today, and I drove back, and I got on here, and given this energy, it's draining. And you know what I gotta do after this, y'all? I gotta work out. I gotta watch episode How to Get Rich, and I gotta write another like 1,300 words. But I'm amazing because even though I haven't had the best sleep, even though I haven't had the most fun, even though financially I'm not where I'm at, I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing to get on the right track. So I truly feel amazing. My therapist a couple weeks ago really got me right by telling me and having me focus on the present, because she said depression comes from their past, anxiety comes from your future. And I was stuck between depression and anxiety so much, y'all, that she was just like, listen, focus on today. So I've learned to adopt that mentality. I don't think about what I didn't do yesterday. If I executed, great. If I didn't, great. I don't think about what's tomorrow. Like, I stop thinking and looking at my calendar. It's like, oh man, I got so much to do tomorrow. No, I just think about today, y'all. I just think about today. Like that's how I am, y'all. Like that's how I am right now. Like I really feel proud of myself too. I'm not gonna lie, because if y'all knew the struggle that I've been going through in writing a book, I've had imposter syndrome for a long time. And I'm a person that don't get imposter syndrome. So when it happens, it throws me off. And I felt like I wasn't good enough to write, because I don't do well with grammar, structure. I'm a little illiterate, not gonna lie. I use words sometimes in the wrong context, all that. And I felt like people wasn't will not buy my book, so why waste my time? But listen, I'm on chapter 7 of 11, so I feel good about myself, y'all. I definitely feel good. Any other general questions? We got a couple more minutes, y'all. We got a couple more minutes, and again, let me know how y'all felt about this session. Um, I know Don has showed some love about the session. Usually it's Antonio saying, "Not gonna lie, this is my favorite session," but I appreciate it. Okay, Antonio, get that session done. But yeah, any other general things that y'all wanna learn or know about? Right, I got 120 seconds. Any other thing that y'all truly wanna know about? And I love how y'all are supporting each other and giving each other advice in the chat. So I love that too. Um, oh yeah, I guess I got to end with the jewel, right? I'm actually going to use one of the quotes from my book that I got coming out. So let me pull up the quote while y'all. Let's see. All right. All right. So we getting ready to and again, y'all. If y'all ever, this is a community. This is a family. Love and support each other. If y'all need something, leaning on the people here, because they might have experienced something that you're going through, or they just might be able to relate. Um, so I'm going to give y'all my gem, just because I've been giving y'all. This is a gem and it's a little long. Listen, do what you gotta do. Get your essay done. This is by Will Smith, and this is from I believe it's Pursuit of Happiness, one of my favorite movies in the world. If you never watched the movie, go watch it. Pursuit of Happiness. If y'all need that $2.99 to pay for the YouTube, hit me up. I'll send y'all the cash app. It's one of the best movies in the world, because it speaks so much about happiness, and happiness is the key to life. Um, but the quote is, or the gem is, you don't set out to build the wall and say, I'm going to build the biggest and baddest and greatest wall. You don't start there. You say, I'm going to lay this brick as perfectly as a brick can be laid, and you do it every single day. Meaning that, again, that next level, it might, in between that, it might be 10 steps. Stop trying to take all 10 at once. Just take one step at a time, y'all, and lay brick by brick. And I promise you, before you notice, you're going to look up and you're going to have an entire building. You're going to have an entire building. But listen, y'all, I hope this was love. I hope y'all enjoyed the session. I appreciate y'all letting me do a little Winning Wednesday takeover. And y'all enjoy yourselves, y'all. Listen, I'm always here, as y'all already know. Hit my phone if y'all ever need to talk. If you ever need to have a conversation, you can always book a session with me. But listen, y'all, I'm out. This has been amazing. It's been love. Y'all filled my cup up. I'm ready to go and finish getting to that next level. So I hope y'all ready to get to that next level. I really hope y'all ready to get to that next level. So I'm gonna end this stream, y'all. Y'all be easy, all right?